All matter in our known world vibrates. Like an X-ray machine that uses electromagnetic energy to create a picture, or then MRI that uses the vibrations coming off of your protons, the ETA Scan actually records the vibrational signatures within your body. What's also important is it records any other vibrational signatures that should not be in your body. So I'm typically talking about toxins in the way of bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, molds, viruses, and also emotional toxins. What's interesting with this software on the ETA Scan is it then prioritizes the degree of negativity these toxins are having in your body and allows us to see a numerical value on those toxins and which ones are the most detrimental to your body. Then during the scanning process, we actually can identify those and not only identify them, but also treat them, eliminate them from your system. So the ETA Scan has the ability to pick up these vibrations, prioritize them, and then help eliminate them out of your body. So why don't we go to my office, and we're actually going to fire one of these things up, and you can have a look and see how it's working. I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, we're back in my office, and as you can see, I have the ETA Scan turned on. I'm going to be using myself as a test subject. So these are the sensors that typically are worn either in this position or in this position. I'm going to wear them like this. This is the laser that actually enhances your body's signature, and that'll be directed into yourself to bring up your signature. And what's happening now is the laser is actually enhancing my signature, and you can see the laser, the ETA Scan now starting to go through the scans of various regions of the body. It actually goes through about 27 regions of the body, and each one of those regions is broken down into subsections, which you can watch on the screen while it's happening. Then they actually then analyze the signature itself. So why don't we now switch to you watching the scan itself as it goes through. So now we have the scan going. You're actually seeing a cross-section of my stomach, and you're noting the different symbols on the stomach itself. And what I'll do is I'll explain those in just a second. We're now cutting into the actual wall of the esophagus. Showing a picture, and again here those graphs will be coming up. I'm just going to pause it. These graphs, these images, icons, number one means actually too much energy, and I seldomly see that with adults, but you're more often to see that with children where the body is struggling and dumping a lot of energy into the area. Number two is optimum. That's the most balanced form of energy. 3 and 4 are not an issue, and you can see that number 4 is highlighted because right now the scan is actually picking up and giving a numerical value of 4, some energy in my esophagus. 5 becomes a bit of an issue, and certainly number 6 is a problem where there is no energy present in that tissue, and that signifies some sort of pathology. Okay, now I've stopped the scan, and what we're looking at here is a list of all the information that the scan picked up, and you can see those icons showing up again. It's noted that in my stomach it was giving a classification of a 4. Not a bad thing, but that's what we're going to look at today. So what I actually do is go in and then can actually start the analysis. It takes us back to the original scan, and then what I'm going to do now is go into this. And what we're seeing here now are called etalons, hence the term ETA Scan. The etalons are all different ways that we can intervene and disseminate this information. So what I'm going to do initially is go into microorganisms, allergies, food sensitivities. And then what I do is actually go into a selection test. And right now the scan is rescanning my stomach, denoting some of the things that it picked up. So it's going to run a new scan and see if anything's actually improved. So keep in mind that while I'm scanning and making changes and highlighting pathogens or heavy metals or viruses, the body's actually changing. So right now what I've got is top of the list. It actually is giving me a list of some of the pathogens that are showing up, and none of those are actually a big issue. Okay, I'm going to highlight, instead of microorganisms and allergies, I'm going to go into food sensitivities and pollutants and see what comes up at the top of the list. And there are some things you can see. So right away we've got a mercury heavy metal showing up. That's quite an issue. I've obviously got some intolerance to wheat flour. Graphites are showing up. So what I can do is actually select in this case the mercury. I've now highlighted it, and I'm going to come down and do a selection test again, and now the scan is going to run as if that mercury was taken out. The software actually removes the mercury and it retests it and says whether or not I've improved. And you can see already on here now I'm actually starting to improve, because I'm now up in the 3s and 4s. Before I was in the 5s and 4s. So you can tell right now then that the mercury is actually making a difference, injuring me. Okay, so what I've done now is switch to a sample test. And here I have the option of putting in something that I know will help pull the mercury out. So I'm going to put in cilantro. And I'm going to designate that it's raw, because the computer also has the vibrational patterns of cilantro remedies that are manufactured. But I'm going to use raw and just see what happens. So what we're doing now is we're running the raw cilantro vibration into the stomach to see if it improves at all. Or sometimes it actually makes it worse if it's not the correct remedy. So what I like about the ETA Scan is it has the ability to really pinpoint with a lot of accuracy which remedy is best for you. And in a moment I'm going to show you that you can actually dose it and test the actual dosing. Now what's interesting is I can compare. I'm going to do a comparison. What you're seeing up here is the original scan that I did, and now you're seeing the changes made with the cilantro, raw cilantro added to it. It's made a little bit of a change. If this was a real patient I was working with, that's not enough of a change. What I can do is called auto search, and it actually gives me down here strengthening energetic reactions by 28%. So it's told me now that my stomach is 28% stronger than it was before the scan started. 28% is not enough. Usually I try to bring it up to at least 80 or ideally 100% strengthening. Okay, so we've determined that raw cilantro would be the right remedy to pull the mercury out of the system. Now what we have two choices now at this point. We can either put you onto raw cilantro for X number of days, or I can take the vibrational signature of raw cilantro and actually transfer it into this vial of water. So what I would do is come into information transfer, and then the software has already recorded the cilantro vibration, and it's now going to actually put it into that water. So in a sense it's making a homeopathic remedy, although it's not really a homeopathic remedy because it's not percussed. But it is putting the vibration of the raw cilantro into the water. And it'll be done in just a moment. Okay, and there it is, it's done. So you would take this home with you, and what I would do in the next step, which I won't go into today, but you would actually run a test on the dosage to find out whether you need to do 1 drop or 10 drops or 50 drops, 2 or 3 times a day, and for how many days. You can actually test that as well. And if I overdose you or underdose you, it'll actually drop your energy signature in the stomach. It'll actually make it worse or make it better. And that's how you can get the dosage quite accurate. In the past, in my other types of remedies, it's fairly easy to overdose somebody, unfortunately. It's just a bit of a guessing game, but not with this system. This system is very accurate in dosage, and I have yet to have anybody that has been overdosed when I use the ETA Scan. So thank you for watching. I hope this gives you some idea on the potential for the ETA Scan. Thank you. So welcome to the 21st century of healthcare. We now have a way of actually looking into the body and bringing the body back to a state of health. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it gives you some ideas on what the ETA Scan can do and its absolute incredible potential in helping us return to health. My name is Cameron Moffatt. I'm an osteopathic practitioner here in beautiful Victoria, and thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.